Hey Nash, what should we make?
Well, our friend that Boba's guy wanted us to make a seafood version of Puerto Rican stuffed potato balls, so let's do that.
All right, let's make a Seafood Rellenos de Papas. Welcome back to Chaos Kitchen, where we will gladly make your requests, even if it might get us slapped. Our good friend, that Bobus guy, requested that we make a seafood version of Rellenos de Papas, which is specifically the Puerto Rican version of a picadillo stuffed mashed potato that's then breaded and fried. There's similar versions called papas rellenas, apparently in Peru and Cuba, and I think it's also kind of similar to like a croquette, which may be French, may also exist in Brazil. I'm not really sure. I had to do some research. The more answers I got, the more questions I had. So we're gonna do our best. We are going to make a seafood version of the Puerto Rican version of Rellenos de Papas and hopefully encourage Mrs. Bobus Guy to try using seafood in her version. And look, Mrs. Bobus Guy, I respect you and I don't want me or our friend, your husband, to get smacked. So we're gonna try our best to keep it Puerto Rican, but we're doing all this off of the minimal research we were able to do, so we're gonna try our best. If it turns out even halfway decent, then maybe you can just use seafood in your version, and if you don't hate it, then let us know, and then I'll make another video with your version. So that's what we're doing, and without further ado, let's go. So we start with some potatoes. Now apparently, Peruvian gold potatoes are the ones to use. Now I don't know if that's just for the Peruvian version of this dish or if that's kind of a staple among Central and South American cuisine, but I don't have access to Peruvian gold potatoes. I've never seen them, don't know what they are. However, I did some research and apparently the ones I do have access to that are the most similar are Yukon Golds. I probably could have figured that out without research. So we want to take about 2 pounds of these guys, and then the first thing we want to do is peel them. Then we want to cut our potatoes into cubes. They don't need to be especially small, just kind of roughly the same size. That'll help for more even cooking. Then we put all these guys in a bowl of cold water, give them a little bit of mix around just to remove any extra starch. Then into a pot with a few quarts of water. I just turn the heat on to medium, but it's roughly cold water. We're gonna go ahead and salt this. Then we're gonna dump our potatoes into, whoop, be careful, it's very splashy. And once your water comes up to a boil, give these guys a little stir just to make sure nothing sticks together. Then we cover this and we boil them for 20 minutes. And once your time's up, make sure your potatoes are fork tender, kill the heat, and then we drain these guys. So we take out a potato ricer, if you have one. If you don't, that's fine. You can mash your potatoes like a cretin. I'm just kidding. I literally did not own a potato masher until right now because I bought this for this video. So we want really smooth mashed potatoes. So we're just gonna go ahead and rice our potatoes. Honestly, you can get a potato ricer for pretty cheap. I know, because I just did it. And this will help us get smoother potatoes. For this or for any sort of mashed potatoes that you may be trying to make. Then to this we add 1 stick or half a cup of softened butter, if you can get it off of the wrapper. 1 beaten egg, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and a tablespoon of sazon. Sazon, a tablespoon of sazon. I'm trying. Then we just get this all combined. Then we just want to cover this guy up and toss this into the fridge until it's cooled. Then onto our filling, we start by dicing an onion and a bell pepper or 2. Oh, don't need the sticker. That's unnecessary. And then for the filling, or the picadillo, as I believe it's called, which is essentially sauteing minced or ground meat with vegetables and some sauce and stuff. Normally you use ground beef, but the request was for seafood. So I have a half a pound of shrimp and a half pound of cod. But since this is supposed to be like ground beef, we are going to mince this up. They say you shouldn't play with your food, but sometimes it's necessary. Now when we have something resembling groundish meat, but we haven't quite taken it into the meat paste arena, then we'll go ahead and set this aside. So then with a hot pan on medium heat, add a little bit of oil. Then we throw in our onions and our peppers, get those mixed around, and then we just let these guys cook. Once your onions and peppers have softened, we go ahead and clear out a little landing spot. Throw in 3 or 4 cloves of garlic minced. Let that cook until fragrant. Then we go ahead and stir that guy in. And then we add just a little bit more oil. Then we add in our seafood mince, for lack of a better term here. Shrimp and fish, whatever you want to call it. Get that all mixed in. Shrimp and fish both take very little time to cook, and especially in this form, they are going to cook pretty quickly. Once we get these guys incorporated, cook it for literally like another couple of minutes before it'll be fully cooked. And while that's cooking, we add in some more of our sazon, a tiny bit of vinegar. I'm using apple cider. You could probably get away with lemon juice, lime juice, something like that. About 2 tablespoons of sofrito mixture. This is specifically, I guess, a Puerto Rican sofrito. So hopefully I'm getting this right. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of oregano. And then about a 1/4 cup of tomato sauce. Or if you had some actual tomatoes, I guess that would probably be good too. Just gonna stir all this together. And then we're just gonna let that simmer for a little bit. And then when your moisture is pretty much mostly gone, then we go ahead and kill the heat and set this aside. Take out our potato mixture, and we're just gonna take about a 1/4 cup, make it into a ball, flatten that ball out. Then we take our filling, put a hefty tablespoon right in the middle, and then wrap the potatoes up and around, and try your best to form a ball. And there we go. It's not pretty. We'll call it rustic. And we just wash, rinse, and repeat. So once you have your balls all formed,
that's what she said.
Then we get out our 3-station breading setup. Just like usual, we got flour, egg, and some breadcrumbs. I'm gonna season the flour and the breadcrumbs a little bit. We'll get these 2 things mixed in, and then we'll beat our eggs. We take one guy, we get them all coated in flour, then you get them all in the egg wash, and then into the breadcrumbs, and then we wash, rinse, and repeat. Once all you guys look like weird powdered donuts or molasadas or something, then you wash your filthy hands. So then we're gonna deep fry these guys. I got my oil at 375. If you don't like deep frying, or you don't have a deep fryer, or you don't want to deep fry in like a pot or a pan, then you can just fill the pan up enough so that when you put the balls in, the oil is at least halfway up, and then you can just fry them and then flip them and fry them on the other side. So that's kind of a shallow fry way to do it. So this is pretty simple. We just take one of our guys, lay him in there, and then he goes down. And if you're deep frying, so all the way submerged, it should take about 3 or 4 minutes. If you're doing a shallow fry, maybe 3 minutes on each side. And then after 3 minutes, we take our guy. We got a little bit of a leakage there, but that's all right. It'll still taste good. And then put it on like a wire rack or something so it can drain. And then we just wash, rinse, and repeat. And here's what we're working with. It appears that my balls are different sizes.
That's what he said.
Anyways, these are hot AF, so we're gonna let them cool. And there we have our seafood rellenos de papas. And it's time for a bite. So let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, look at that. Looks delicious. Cheers. It's got a crispy, delicious exterior. You have those creamy mashed potatoes as the first layer. And then that seafood mix is just really, really good. It's savory. It's not super rich, but the flavor is amazing. It's just got so much flavor. This one we tried to keep Puerto Rican for Mrs. Bobasky. So hopefully we did a good job. And with the seafood, it definitely works. Out of 10. That's what I think. But let's see what Nash thinks. Hey bud, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I was just working on my Spanish, because if these are good, I might just take a little trip to Puerto Rico.
Well, check it out. We made these rellenos de papas that our friend that Bobas guy wanted us to make, and we made a dog-friendly version just for you. Well, here you go. What do you think?
Oh man, that's delicious. Crispy outside and buttery soft inside with that flavor-packed filling. 10 out of 10, highly recommend.
Anything you want to say to your fans?
Books are like mirrors. If a fool looks in, you cannot expect a genius to look out.
Nash approves, I approve. Look, this came out really good. So, Mrs. Bobasky and that Bobasky, I hope we did you proud. We did our best, but what I will tell you is the seafood does work. Thank you both of you, and thank you all of you for watching. Really appreciate you all. Love you all. If you wouldn't mind taking a second to like, share, subscribe, hype, hit the bell for notifications, all that good stuff. If there's anything you want me to cook, you want me and Nash to taste, go ahead and drop that down in the comments. And hey, if you like this video, go check out some of our other videos somewhere around here. And just remember, cook more, eat better, embrace the chaos. That's it for now, folks. Until next time, be good and peace.